Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena I'm playing Illuna, Apex of Wishes, aka Ghidra, King of the Cosmos, Historic Brawl. Yep, one of my favorite formats, one of my favorite decks to play in that format because it does have a pretty good degree of mastery. Some will say it's a combo deck that simply does ABC and then goes burr, but for me it is a deck that is actually very challenging and very exciting to play, and I think you're really going to like the games that we have for you. So if you haven't seen it before, the idea is that Illuna Apex of Wishes, when it mutates, it exiles cards from your library until it hits a non-land permanent and puts it directly into play. If there's only one non-land permanent in your deck, you're going to exile cards from your library until you put that permanent into play. And in this case, in this deck, it is built to take advantage of that by getting Omniscience onto the battlefield, which says you may cast cards from your hand without paying their mana cost. Once you have Omniscience on the battlefield, using combinations of card draw and reshuffle effects, you can just kind of go endless and infinite in a lot of cases where you're just drawing more cards, shuffling them back in, drawing more cards, shuffling them back in, and you can win with just about anything along the way, from a time spiral to a Prismari command. But to get there, we do have a challenge, which is that this has to mutate onto a non-human creature for the effect to happen. So we need a creature in a deck that can't play creature permanent cards. Thankfully, tokens exist. So a lot of the strange cards that you're going to see in the deck that make you go, whoa, what is that card doing in this deck? It has to do with the fact that they make a token, and even if you amass into a zombie army or you make a decayed zombie, throwing Illuna Apex of Wishes on it will get you the Omniscience that you need. Once you have Omniscience on the field, you do not know exactly where in your deck Omniscience will be, unless you do something cool like brainstorm it. Also, if you happen to put Omniscience on the bottom of your library using a card like Fire Prophecy, keep that in mind, because that means you will exile your whole freaking deck. But once we have exiled a good chunk of our library, it's important that we have a way to regurgitate the cards. And if somewhere in your library you still have like Quandrix Command or Clear the Mind, if the opponent actually makes you play it out and win the game, it's important to have these cards that shuffle cards from your graveyard back into your library, because as long as you have two of them, you can kind of create a loop where just about anything can be a win con. On the other hand, if you cut these cards from the deck completely, you have two things going for you. Thing one, it's a bit of a gamble. You never know what the rest of your deck is going to be. So when you mutate Illuna, there is a chance you just lose the game. That can be exciting for some people, and most of the time you can find interesting ways to win, even with a very small library. I've gone as low as 3 cards and still found weird ways to win. Thing number 2, most opponents that know how this deck works will scoop as soon as you play Illuna. As soon as you mutate Illuna and get through their interaction, they don't want to stay to see the Omniscience hit the battlefield and all the cards get cast that kind of create this endless combo-y loop. So they usually scoop immediately without even checking to see how much of your library you exile. I hope that if you people watch this video now, you'll at least hear me say it. Stay at least long enough to see if they exile their own deck. At least find out if they still have a win con afterwards, because it doesn't always end the game. It's a non-deterministic combo. So what I'm trying to say is you could cut these cards if you wanted to do the full gamble, and I wouldn't even blame you. They're not great, but they don't take up too much space in the deck, and they don't hold you back very often. So I play them, but you can cut them if you want to. The next card is kind of a new one that I've added to the deck, and that is Verdant Rejuvenation. This is out of the Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate. It's 8 mana to seek X creature, enchantment, or planeswalker cards where X is the highest mana value among creatures you control. Put them onto the battlefield. Yeah, so this one's an interesting one because you have to have a creature on the battlefield, but it has to be a non-token because tokens have mana value 0. However, the cool thing about this is it pulls Omniscience directly out of the deck. And the reason I'm playing this is I found that a very common play pattern is I make a token, I try to mutate Illuna onto it, they kill the token. Illuna still enters the battlefield. So if Illuna is sitting on the battlefield, a lot of times the players feel semi-safe against this deck because I can't mutate it. But if I then untap or have insane amounts of mana and then cast Verdant Rejuvenation, there's only one permanent that it can seek as long as we have a creature of mana value 1 or greater somewhere on the battlefield, and it's Omniscience. So casting this gets Omniscience directly onto the battlefield and from anywhere in the deck, and it doesn't exile the library, so it doesn't come with that same risk. So it's an experiment. I'm not 100% sure it belongs, since you can't just cast it for 8 mana and hit. You do need a mana value among creatures you control. It's not like the commander card where it also takes into account your commander. That's why the commander card's a lot better. So this card is sus, but I like it as a backup plan and a way to get your Omniscience without exiling your deck sometimes. As you see, I'm very risk averse. If you're not risk averse, just cut all this. Anyway, the rest of the cards are interaction, card draw, counter spells, ramp, things that just get you ahead, and it's a very high land count. This deck is insanely fun, and I think you're going to like it. Today's video is dedicated to Gus, who is a $9.99 tier on Patreon, which means that your Shark and Wolf tokens are in the mail since you're a US resident, and if you would like some Shark and Wolf tokens sent to you, you can check out the Patreon link in the description. Gus, you're very cool. Let's dive in. Oh yeah, one more thing before we dive in. This is kind of your appetizer. Dominaria United Early Access, if you're watching this the day it comes out, is today, and I'll be going live soon. So make sure you check back on the channel to see when I go live. This is your little appetizer, so I hope you enjoy it, because every day is a YouTube video, and that's kind of what I do here. Felt weird not to do it. All right, let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Tatyova. One of the decks I feel like I'm farming. Play it pretty often. Don't lose to it too much with this particular deck. So it was one of the more watched videos as well, the Tatyova video, and I've been playing against it a lot, so people seem to like that video. But I farm them relentlessly. I know, I had a chance to make an 0-1. All right, that's bad. That is very bad. We get another tap land out of the way here, and cast Hard Evidence. Do we hold up Negate and Seek Knowledge? I think so. I think that's the play. Startle as well. But yeah, Lotus Cobra on the play. Huge mana boost. One of the best cards in that deck. They're not using it. Okay. Well, that's something. I will seek knowledge. I need some. I need to put that turn the earth back in the deck where it belongs. Chemister's Insight. I'm worried about not hitting my 4 mana spot. So if I'm worried about that, I can just play this and do Hard Evidence later. Yeah. I think that's the play. Just keeping that negate ready. Maybe we'll also startle this Cobra. Ah! Oh my god! It's snake! Being scared of a snake being scared of snake is not flavor. Okay, they keep burning the mana. That's cool. I guess we'll hold up till end step. The life total isn't that important. -2/-0 until end of turn. What do you think of them apples? You want to do something? You want to stop me? Okay. Fine. Okay. Shut me down, yo. Is that the best use for that card? Would they find a better one? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I use it to defend my commander. It did cost me a card. Okay, they're not going to have much mana left. And they already played their land for turn. So they're playing around Jwari or something? So do they have the wash away? 100 card deck? There is stick. You felt it. All right. I think we Revenge of the Drowned the Tatyova then. Could be wrong. Going for this could be right. They could have left themselves dead to it. Let's do it like this. So we let them have their draw step. Then we cast Revenge of the Drowned, target their commander, put on top or bottom, so they can't just redraw it this turn. Make them do something else. Part of me wants them to recast it this turn because it's so much mana, but if they have a 1 mana interactive, which they're posing like they do and we're respecting it, then they'll have no problem keeping that up anyway. All right, they went top. Target player shuffles up to... This could get interesting. They don't find a way to redraw that Tatyova. Whelming Wave. Return. Yep. Okay. You got it. I'm okay with this. I'll find more tokens. I got a crab right here. All right. They still have 1 mana up. And we've respected their ability to counter things or interact for 1 mana in the past. And Wash Away is just something everybody plays. But check this out. Let's shuffle this Whelming Wave back into your deck and shuffle your commander into your library. No chance to rezone. That's why you got to be really careful when you put your commander on top of your deck to a card like Memory Lapse. Or in this case, Revenge of the Drowned. Aether Gust is another one. Commit is a really common one. Pact of Negation. Oh, do we counter that? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Actually, you know, we could just let it happen, and then next turn they pay 5, they draw this, it does nothing, and then we probably win the game because we have negate to back up our... Let's see, we need 6 for that. This is 1. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. All right, so we play you. Play you. And then next turn we back up. They have to pay 5 to stay alive. They draw their Tatyova, so we know it's not another piece of interaction. And then we play King Ghidorah backed up by negate. That should do it. Of course, we are risking where in our library is that Omniscience? Where could it be hiding? Castle Vantress. Okay, 2 straight lands. Little sus. And easy resolves these. Oi! 36 cards to go. Easy mode. This will be no problem, I'm sure. Clear the mind. All right, so we definitely have a loop. Maybe I should have waited till next turn and cast the thing from graveyard anyway. Let's go. It's a counterspell and interactive spell. Let's not bin it just yet. But we definitely have a loop left in the graveyard. It's just about how interesting it gets. Let's hold this until we get something better. We're not going to win on the spot, but we're probably going to win soon. That's a good one. That is a good one. Omniscience goes back to hand. We have 2 turns until we can play it. That is a really good one. Uro? We can shuffle Uro back into their deck, so it'll be fine. It will be fine. I was going to scry on upkeep because, you know, free mana, but decided not to. Could get back the Blessing and shuffle it in with that and hold on to the command, which is, as I said, interaction. Let's see on top of our deck what's going on. Seek new knowledge. We'll keep pretty much anything that gets us more cards. All right, let's go 2 +1/+1 counters and 3 cards. 1. Don't really want them to draw these again. Yeah, really just want this gone. I guess I don't mind if they draw the wave again. So get Uro back in the deck. Have mana up for negate or castle. And we can recast Omniscience next turn. Yeah, they've kept us on our toes, though. The Altawara was good. The Pact of Negation was good. They have this combo, which if they draw like some kind of Splendid Reclamation type, you know, something that puts multiple lands on the battlefield, makes so much mana. But recast Omniscience, because eventually you just get there. Get anything good? Not great. Again. I guess Lightning Bolt isn't impressive here, but Storm's Wrath, I mean, this is the other thing. You don't necessarily have to combo kill them. You can just take over the game this way. One more turn. That's a negate. Took a while for a negate to find a target, but we got there. And there is a draw for. But we won't do that to this opponent. See you in the next one. Tinybones. Tinybones could be an issue. We got some removal in hand, though, so we're pretty good. Yeah, we have red, too. Okay. Yep. We try this. The opponent getting value off of their discard effects could be a real pain, but if we live long enough, we usually just kind of take over the game because we draw enough ways to get value and draw enough card draw that we just get out ahead of their discard effect. So the early part of the game is sus, but later on it gets easier. I think the card here that's the most useless is River's Rebuke. I might regret that later, but it seems like the kind of card that isn't going to have targets for a while if the opponent is focused on our hand. Shadow Mage. Okay, Prismari Command can finish that. Second red could be important. Maybe I just get rid of Boseiju. Ramp it up. No way to create a token creature yet to threaten our commander, but I'm sure we'll get there. Too expensive. Not a card we really want to play. We want to discard that. It's not that important to kill this rat. Might have to kill Tinybones though. What we really want to do is draw cards with this, but it may have to copy a hand hate spell. I mean, they just keep on coming, don't they? Equal to the number of creatures in your party. Well, in this case, there's only one creature in their party, and if we kill it now, we don't have to discard anything, so that's better than discarding the lightning bolt. Okay, that makes a plant token. It would be really great if we could stall for another turn. Okay, let's say go. Maybe the opponent will tap out. They're having some mana issues. So let's say go, and there's a few things we can do. Like if they try to make us discard one card, we can cast Explosion for one to draw, then play this, get the Omniscience. Once the Omniscience is on the field, it's a top deck war, but we have pretty good top decks. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card. Oh my god. Stop. So we could go for two, but then we can't use the Hydra, and let's go after the rat. Okay, Sanctum. That's going to be the discard. Here we go. All right, might exile our deck. Let's find out. Okay, lots of room to breathe there. All right, 1 and 1. Submit 2. Tap and tap. 1, 2, 3. See if we can keep this party going with a good card draw spell. Nope. Doesn't matter. Opponent doesn't want to see where it goes from here. Vadrok. Okay, this is usually very expensive spells and a lot of interaction. Should be a difficult game. We're on the play. Everything enters tapped, but I still think it's a keep. Because we have ramp and card draw, which are the things we need most. We don't have a way to eliminate this right away, and I do hope we find it. Cool. So that can be an untapped land. We can foretell or ramp here. And then next turn we get blue mana online. I think there's a good chance they just kill this, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. I guess make them have it right away. Who knows, maybe they just bounce it instead. Double blue is Kanta. Okay, we took care of his Kanta last game. Let's just say go. Eureka Moment could be fun. Vision's fun if we decide to play around Jwari, and we have Jwari up ourselves. We're very close to just doing Illuna though if they ever tap out. Yeah, let's try for the moment. Sing with Miss, sing for the year. Let's it resolve. It's a very good Eureka Moment on the play after ramping already. Could just go for it, but into that open mana doesn't seem very smart, does it? Are they gonna play around Jwari anyway? Probably. Trying to decide what land to play. Maybe an expensive sorcery isn't the play against them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually just going to shock it in, try to make the most of all our mana. I'm just going to foretell and pass. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm going to assert dominance and pass. It's Kanta keeps. I bet they don't do anything though. You coward. Told ya. Alright, this is an interesting one. This might get them to act. Because we have to sacrifice a land for Harrow. I'm going to sacrifice... I should probably just sacrifice... No. It's tempting to sacrifice the creatures since it could die anyway. If I sacrifice the Seagate Restoration, I might be able to resurrect it later. So I'm going to try that. It's a little bit sus. Maybe I am supposed to sacrifice that island or hold up Harrow to sacrifice that island when the opponent tries to kill it. But I don't think they can try to kill the island. I think that what they have to do is wait because of the Illuna. Like, they have to kill what I'm trying to mutate onto. Almost whiffed, but now we know that Omniscience is going to the bottom, which is very risky. And something we have to keep in mind. Because we can't just go for it unless we want to exile our whole freaking library. I think we just seek new knowledge. See what happens. I'm not even attacking. Alright, card on the bottom. It's kind of tough, huh? Look at all this stuff. I need to keep this because I need to shuffle. Keeping this just kind of does a lot of things for us. I guess it's Jwari, and I guess we're not playing a land. Still not attacking. Yeah, I'm not attacking. I might end up in a situation of casting Negate and Awakening. It's a good game already. Our opponent hasn't even done anything. But we're well ahead on mana, so they're under a lot of pressure. And like, when are they going to be able to play their commander? I don't know. I don't think I want to discard anything here. I don't think I want to cycle Awakening for nothing. Let's try going to my turn. Okay. Let's try to give our library a little shuffle. Ooh, that's gonna happen. So what's the best keep? If I get commence the endgame and they can't counter it, it adds a ton of pressure, which I think is right. Everything else can kind of get countered, and it is a pretty big allocation of resources. Steering match continue. Next turn, endgame commencing. And then things should really get cooking. Galvanic iteration in the graveyard. Opponent's still passing. Yeah, they did miss a land drop there. That's really bad for them. All right, we're still passing because we might play negate and commence the endgame in this turn cycle. Practical research. That's negate. Okay, a little bit of stick there. They either set a stop or they do have Pact of Negation. Been a lightning bolt. Research, by the way, is a draw 4. Now we'll see if they have something for this. Ooh, expansion explosion. It's getting juicy. It's getting really juicy, guys. And we have so many good options. But we can't be sure anything will resolve. The opponent probably has 2 counter spells. And I've got 1 in the expansion explosion, potentially. So let's turn up the heat. We've got 7 power attacking now. Let's start making it count. They're going to have to take an action. Got 4, so they're still a ways away from his Kanta triggering, but they've kept on top so many times, you know they have a lot of interaction handy. All right, the commander is going on the stack. How do we handle that? I think I'll brainstorm. See what we can see. All right, some lands we don't need and a memory lapse that can mess them up. Should have kept one to discard to the Windfall. Or just chucked them both to Valakut. That would have been better. Okay. Memory lapse. You want that on top of your deck? You do. Okay. All right, let's pitch this. We can't really afford to counter this here. Untap. They've got 4 mana open. If we had hit another counterspell there, I'd go for it for sure. Let's just apply a ton of pressure with the Allrun's Epiphany. Might even be almost enough to kill him. Down to 8. We also know this turn cycle they want to cast this. I mean, they'll have to counter this, right? It's lethal if they don't. Okay. Guess we'll try to kill him. They'll probably have a pact or something. But that's okay. Oh, they don't. It's just game. All right. They were turtled up behind 1 disallow, and we thwarted them. I would have sworn that they had more. And maybe they had more like 2 mana. No. They would have played 2 2-mana counterspells. They might have had more 3-mana counterspells or something like that. I would have sworn they had more from what they kept on top with their Azcanta. Lord of Snakes is playing Cody. Okay. Definitely looking for a way in our opening hand to deal with Cody. Found it. The most busted card in the format for blue decks. Wash away. Don't feel like we need more land. Need more card draw. Card draw and ramp. Life will be great. Oh, we can get back the wash away. So they're going to go for the wash away next turn, so we can get a tap land out of the way here. They're going to go for the Cody. They always go for the Cody. Like, the deck does one thing, and it's play Cody. Excellent. They haven't conceded yet. Life is good. I mean, if I get this back, they won't go for the Cody, obviously, but maybe it's just a good enough deterrent. Let's seek knowledge. We might find something cooler. Something better to do. Inscription of Ruin. Discard 2 cards. Well, let's lead with this. Discover the formula, Hour of Promise. Beautiful cards. Put 1 card into the library. So what are we going to discard? Probably Seagate Restoration. Clear the Mind. So let's put the Recovery into the library. I guess I can hold this a little longer. It's not like life total matters in this game very much. And we might draw land. Brainstorm. So this is a pretty sus turn where not sure what's going to happen. So I think I'll just brainstorm now. I don't know how much hand hate they run. Solve the equation. Solve the equation, you say. We have the commit, which can send back Cody if they cast it. But what should we solve for? I don't know. Anyway, the top of my deck is looking actually really good, but we should cast Solve this turn, so I'm going to shuffle something away. I should solve for something that also makes a Zombos. This enters the battlefield tapped. So let's put that away. And then one of these, which is really rough. Don't really want to put those away, but you know, life goes on. I guess Struggle to Survive is an interesting answer that'll make them not want to play the Cody, but what's just the cheapest get Cody off my battlefield play we can get to punish them for recasting? I guess I don't have one that's that good, but I'll take the Prismari command, because Prismari command can destroy target artifact, make a treasure, get us closer to our game plan, and like I said, their deck only does one thing. They're doing a lot of waiting for me to think, and I am sorry for that. And then they are only doing, here's Cody. I mean, that could kill Cody again, but I don't think we'll end up in that position. They're getting to the point where they can cast those expensive spells, though. There's one. Circuitous Root. So yeah, it's about to become a big spell showdown. Okay, that resolved. Cool. I was a little worried about it. And let's get our plant, little plant friend, and what else? We get a Scryland. Don't think so. Maybe Lair. It's an easy thing to power up. Maybe Den puts a little pressure on the opponent and leaves a token behind. Sure, we'll get Den. I don't think they have that much instant speed removal, and they need to recast their Cody, which costs a ton of mana. Okay, Migration Path. So they could have played Cody there, and they're holding up. That is a sign that they know the score, which is if we mutate this, the game could end. All right, right now we have Illuna backed by Negate. Our opponent has no blue mana available, so we're probably looking at one removal spell. But we really don't have to play into it. Our position is so good because of Discover the Formula. We don't even have to do this. I mean, just cast Discover. If they counter that, great. That's a big Torment of Hailfire. Let's Discover. And leave up blue, please. Deck. Silly deck. All right, game. You can't torment your way out of this one, Cody. All right, mono black. They don't usually have much to stop us from doing what we want to do. We have 2 shuffle arrangements. So if we go for an early Omniscience, it probably can't kill us even if it's pretty low in the deck. Pact isn't really what you want to see, but in the dark, I'm going to keep this. Like, in the dark. Like mono black. Curious what the opponent is really up to here. Let's scry through this deck, sure. We want to hit all these land drops. Had a feeling we were gonna get a lot of discard. If the opponent's gonna play in a blue universe with a 6-mana commander, they have to have a lot of hand hate. Go right for Pact of Negation. Covery. I'm gonna put that on the bottom. Again, jeez. All right, let's see what they take. If they take the opt, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, we did say they've got to have a lot of it, right? Clear the mind. Okay, I mean, I just shuffle that back in when the time comes. 100% cantrips going on here, guys. I guess we do this. Okay, that's a good card that can catch us up if they don't take it from us. Barons can apply some pressure, though. All right, I didn't discard anything this turn. I'm 90% sure that this will get killed. They do only have 3 cards. And if it doesn't get killed, that's very good for us. As ramp gets things done here. You want this mountain? You want to kill this mountain? Most of the time, they cannot resist such a play. I mean, they could slam Lily here. Everybody wants to slam Lily.
I hope you make this battle exciting for me.
Bad timing. Bad timing. So what are we going to need? We're going to need a token creature. This can draw 2. The Storm's Wrath, when we kill Lily's friends, draws cards, which is really good for them. But we don't have anything else to really do this turn, do we? Could play this. The opponent has removal. That's so good for them, though. I really don't want to give them the card. I think we just pass. Feels really bad. But I think that's right. Then please, card draw, please. And I don't mean like one card like opt and consider. I mean card draw. This is when you get enough mana, but it isn't right now, that's for sure. It's a -9. Yeah. Let's not. Let's not. Okay. right, they play Mind Stone. Maybe they charge Crawling Barrens? I don't know. They sack it. Okay. I guess they feel they have enough mana. They only have one card left. It could be removal, but it might not be. Alexa, stop it.
Effective.
Alexa with the reminders, but she's off by a day, and it's a real pain in the neck. Alright, so this is about to ultimate. If we Storm's Wrath, it's a draw 3. Okay. That's to make me discard.
Dead.
Pretty good. Alright, I guess we'll try to take a chunk out of Liliana so she doesn't ultimate quite yet.
Not today.
Not good, man, not good. Better. Gosh, if they have a removal spell, it's so bad. But I think the key here is don't give them another card. Don't cast Storm's Wrath and give them cards, or they'll definitely have a removal spell.
Rise and shine.
Okay, opt. Doing it. Birdos. I only have one card. Come on, draw a negate or a counter or something. Shwari? That probably won't do it. Gotta try. One card. You got me. Okay. I'm not dead yet, am I? It's really close, isn't it? Well, I still get my 6/6. Do we do this? If we get to take a chunk out of Liliana next turn, let's see, go down to 7, go back up to 8. Yeah, there's like no way we kill her anyway, so I think we just pass. She'll probably minus, but that leaves her without lethal, right? Is the Baron's lethal in that case? Maybe it is. Ugh. Oh, I think they missed lethal. So minus Liliana there. These die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If they like, it's an all-in play. So maybe they just don't want to make that kind of play. All right, let's opt. Yeah, that's cards. Life without cards is sad. Yep, they get one card there. Land. I mean, if they had just done that pre-combat, I think they could have won, or at least put me in a much worse position. And now I think I kill Liliana with the Storm's Wrath. Play out some more creatures while you're at it. We do have this Crawling Barrens to worry about, though. Now they have a key to the archive. That seems good. Hopefully they get a bad key rip. I know my key drafts have been particularly heinous. Let's see some Claim the Firstborn, Growth Spiral, D-Spark, I guess. They discard Blood on the Snow. We draw land. Okay.
Well, this was unpleasant. I've learned much from your death.
I mean, we can draw a lightning bolt. I don't think that'll actually work. Oh, they're not charging barons. Just charge barons and win, opponent. Guess they don't want to win that way. Guess they don't believe in it. Don't think it would work. Manual tapping in a one-color deck. Right? Am I right? Lame. Oh, nice. I am so good at this game. All right. So play Time Warp and I can concede. Okay. They're definitely taking the slowest possible route here. Oh my god, they had it the whole time. All right, so they just need... Oh, I guess they need 3 charges on the Barons. Maybe it's not over yet. But yeah, good key draft. Perfect last card to have. Terrible draw for us. Awesome. And still not over. If I make the Devils, the blockers I think are better here. Still not over. Maybe they'll put themselves in danger that I can just somehow burn them to death. They're down to 14. They've drawn so many more cards than me. It's crazy. It's crazy. Each player sacks 2 creatures. Okay. Cool. I choose you and you. Could go face, but let's, I guess, keep this in check.
You'll pay for that. You're both dead. Waste not, want not.
Just one little loyalty. Can we find it? Okay, they're gonna feed the swarm. Point.
How disappointing.
It's 10 mana. You want to play it again? You have opted to play it again and again and again. All right. Up to 4. You don't have the mana to finish me, though. You can only get me to 1. So I think we go to 1. Or 3. Cold Steel Hearts, sure. I mean, they can see everything. They know what this card is. Not like I'm over sandbagging you or anything. I just... Like, you know what's up. Startle. Well, that can make a 2/2. Boon of the Witch Giver can draw a lot of cards. Guess we'll go for this. Threaten to go get Omniscience. Win the game. Just please draw negate. Draw negate. Draw negate. You know they have a removal. Okay. That took the suspense out of it. Commence? Ooh, commence. Alright, I think we just pass. They go for that Crawling Baron's attack, we go for commence. If they remove the creature, then we can power up Den. Yep, if they had pushed this Crawling Barrens earlier, we'd have lost for sure. Like, for sure. Should we try to block with the den first? We don't have enough mana if we power up Hall. I think they're going to have one removal spell. If they use it on Den and we play this, then we could go off next turn. Yep, here it comes. No. Here it doesn't come. They're letting me block. Does that mean they don't have the removal spell? Maybe it does. That's what that means. Hold. Hold. They didn't recast their commander. That is so sus. All right. We try again. So they didn't go for the win. Oh, Boseiju. That stops the Barons. Yeah, they didn't go for the win. They only got one card left. Regrowth. Boseiju stops the Barons. Do we just say go, or do we regrow something? Do we discover the formula? Discover's really good too. But we could regrow a wash away to make sure that this all works out. 1, 2, 3. I guess they can't counter this anyway. So we just need to make sure we stay alive. If we regrow... I know. We'll go regrow commence. That'll keep pressure on them. And then we'll Boseiju their Crawling Barrens and commence and try to block. It keeps getting us ahead in cards. Oh my goodness. This game's been a roller coaster. Really don't feel like I should be winning it. And I might not. No! Oh, okay, dude. We gotta do it now then, I think. I guess we could see what we draw, but probably not gonna counter this anyway. Maybe a Pact of Negation, right? Oh, gosh. Non-land card. They can't take the Boseiju. But now they're not going to power up their Barons. Oh, what a great draw. Wait, what? They think they got me? They take Explore? They must think they have me. There's no way that they just made... Yep, they think they have me. They forgot about how Boseiju is going to work here. I think. Yeah, I think they forgot Boseiju. One is not 0. They took Explore. I guess they just took the cheapest card. Dude, I can almost kill them. If they don't play this Murderous Rider, they'll play the Murderous Rider. They have nothing else to do. But if they forget to, or if I draw a way to clear it and I just attack them with the Hall, they die to their own Dreadhorde Invasion. Wait, what? No, they I guess, okay, they had another land anyway. It's fine. Turn the Earth. Gains life. Gains life. And for only 1 mana. They block here. This goes 3. They attack, they win. All right, so we have to block this. My goodness, this is so hard. You could also play a 6/6, but then they just play Onyx. Oh wait, we play this and we flash it back, right? And then we get a chance to discover the formula. Okay. Okay. That's not gonna work though, is it? No, it's not enough life. Barely offsets it. All right, so we have to go like this. And hope they didn't rip removal again. Return the earth, baby. What do we shuffle into the deck? I don't know if I shuffle anything here, but I guess I wouldn't mind drawing some of these again. Two life secured. So Onyx can make us sacrifice the hall. Junji is scary. How are we going to get out of that? They have enough for all of it? Okay. So they minus here.
My army will envelop this.
No, they plus. If they minus here, they can make us lose 2 more life, but we could respond with Turn the Earth, so maybe that's the right play. I mean, I could try to thicken their deck with cards I don't mind them drawing, but there aren't many of those, are there? Guess these would be nice. Wash away too far behind at this point, so back in those go. Do I cycle?
Good help is easy to find in war.
I mean, we kind of have to get lucky here, right? They're at 8. How do we get through? Extra turns could help. All right, I'm gonna cycle. I think we're in desperation mode. Solve? 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 That's gotta do it. That's gotta do it. What could I get? Magma Opus? Magma Opus. How do I just deal like 7 to face, right? Oh my god. It's gotta do it. There's gotta be a way. But I feel like the best thing is to go for Opus. Rebuke? Actually, is Rebuke better? Not really. They have so much mana. There's probably something better, but I'm going with Opus. That's what my gut says. Let me know what's better, guys. Let me know. Every mana seems to count. We can hold, right? We can hold. We're gonna tap, kill, kill. Then I guess we do need to do that on upkeep, because this is gonna gain an extra point. And we can't kill it. If we kill it, then they make a new creature. I guess it has summoning sickness, that's fine. Okay, so we go. How is this still a game? Quandrix Command.
They were a lousy servant anyway.
Opponent at 5. What did they draw? They still have a zombie or a minus that they can do here. Citadel, but they're at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 permanents. They need one more? Liliana does it, right? 10 non-land permanents. That's a land from the top. Does this do it? They can plus Liliana? They minus Liliana?
Out of my way.
What do they get back? Can they get back something that drains me here and now? Like a gray merchant or something. Can they do it? There's a plague crafter, there's a Sheldred. They get Sheldred, they go to 3. And they hold. I have a lethal line I can go for. Power this up, attack, bounce the Sheldred. A removal spell beats me, right? I could play for something else. Could also still draw a negate, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, we can unexpected windfall into the command. So I guess we'll do that first. But I'm really tempted to just discover the formula and try to work my way out of this. They still don't have haste, but the Citadel, they're at 3, man. They're so close. If I remove some of their permanents, I'm going to find a position. This is so tough. I think I go for the win, though. And if I'm going to do that, we're going to start with the windfall. Just never had time to cast that formula. Hour of Devastation. No negate. Please, one time. They seek a non-land card. Oh my god. Oh my god. Never didn't have it. And we are back for the post-game wraps, and I don't have stats on this one because they wouldn't be complete, so I'm going to talk through it. I played so many games of this on my iPad in the last month, and I win a lot, like 90%. Right now, the queues that I'm playing in are usually, what are the things I play against the most? Tatyova is a big one. I play against that one a lot. Really farm Tatyova. So if you want to beat the Tatyova landfall deck, if that annoys you, this deck has, for me, been amazing against that deck. I play against a Souza a lot, and Nissa, who shakes the world, like those green decks. It beats those up pretty well. In mono black, like I play against Tinybones and Yawgmoth a lot. So it's not like Hellq, where I'm playing against just pure counterspell decks, and maybe I should, because those matchups might be a lot more difficult. The toughest matchups I get usually are Grixis Bolas matchups that are able to remove the target of my mutation and force me to pivot my game plan, and they attack my hand, and if they hit my hand at the right time and take cards like Discover the Formula, I'm in a terrible spot. And I had a few of those games I wanted to put in this video, but that mono black Dreadhorde General game had to go in, and it kind of cut out space for those Bolos games because they take a long time. The opponent just grinds you to dust. So that's the tougher matchup. But I love the depth of play of this particular deck. It's not just get Omniscience, go burr. Sometimes you get Omniscience and you don't win. Sometimes you never get Omniscience and you have to figure out how to win. And sometimes you just lean on the opponent. They're worried about you getting the Omniscience. They're worried about your mutation. So you just pressure them in different ways until they go low on resources, and then you force it through. And it's just a really fun deck and a really cool way to play the game, in my opinion. So I hope that you guys check it out. It's definitely worth it if you're looking for a historic Brawl deck, in my opinion. And it should probably be Hell Q, but right now it plays just below Hell Q, so you can put up your daily wins really fast. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Remember to go check if I'm live for early access Dominaria United Standard content. You're cool.